Okay, so what is today? Friday, January 5th, 2024. This is Haya Shalom. I got my hair up because the sun's coming out. I had the heater on. I feel a little warm now. Doesn't feel too cold. I don't know how it is in your part of the country, wherever you might be. But the weather is pretty good out here right now. I mean, it's a little windy. There's a little bit of things in the air that you can sneeze. You know, I've been sneezing. So I might have a little nasal stuff going on, but it's relatively quiet at this time of day. Now, I have my phone set because I got to go to work today. And sometimes I get so involved in what I'm reading and what I'm doing, and then oh my gosh, I'm late. I can't be late. So, I am going to see if I can share my screen and get back to reading that Secret Banker's Manual. I see something right here. Oh, Karma, come on. Let me read now, please. Giving me the whiny thing already. I just want to read. Do you want to come up here and read with me? I can hold you like a baby. You want me to hold you like a baby? I know you hate it when I do that. But something about you whining, it just doesn't sit right with me. Can't handle it. So if you're gonna be a baby about it, I'm gonna hold you like a baby and you're gonna be my baby and we can read together, okay? Can I hold you? You smell. What'd you eat? Hmm? Did you eat something? It smells. Your breath. Do you need parsley? What's the deal? Do I need to burp you like a baby? Ever ever try to get something done and then you just get distracted? Yeah, that's what's happening right here. All right, you can be good or else I'll let you outside. That's what we'll do. You want to go out? Okay. I don't know what to do. You know how when you really want to do something and you can't because you keep getting sidetracked and distracted? Well, I want to read this. Chapter 2. This is the Secret Banker's Manual, PDF. Looks like we're on page 12, I believe. Chapter 2, Court Strategy. The bank-trained lawyers are experts in courtroom procedures. Remember, it was the bankers, U.S. presidents, who got through the Trading with the Enemy Act. Oh, and the emergency war powers. The U.S. government and its leaders declared the U.S. citizen to be the enemy. Does everybody know who the U.S. citizen is? Because it's not you and me, it's not the people. It's the written, all capitalized name. That is the enemy. Did you know that? It's the little Jackie paper that's on paper. It's not you and me, though. Okay, so right here. So this means that now we're talking about us, the people, you must have a license to trade with the enemy. We're not the enemy, though. It says right here, you. Okay. So the reason why we have to have a marriage license, a driver's license, a business license, all these licenses for this and that is because of the Trading with the Enemy Act and the Emergency War Powers. And we're not the U.S. citizen here, people. We're an American and we're people, living people, but we're not the U.S. citizen. So this person here who wrote this, Tom, this means you must have a license to trade with the enemy. You. I don't know why he said you, because we're not the U.S. citizen. The soldiers, police require that you have a driver's license. Yeah. Well, we all know that driver means you're being paid according to Black's Law Dictionary, 4th and 6th edition. And there's other places that we also can look. When you're a driver, you're doing commerce. So let's continue to read with those things in mind. The soldiers, that would be the police, may argue that could be a good thing to get blind people and drunks off the road to keep people under control. I've never heard that before, but I guess that could be an argument. It says the court has a military flag flying in the courtroom. What? What do you want? The gold fringe flag makes it a military court. The war allows the victors, bankers, and the government agents working for the bankers to plunder the enemy. Which he's saying right here that it's you or me. We're not the enemy. It's that all caps personage, person, not you and me though. So this guy right here is not exactly doing that bifurcation or that distinction that there's Jackie and then Jackie Draper and Jackie Paper. What do you want? What is it, Karma? You want something? What is it? You want to go outside? Should I put you out, let you go outside? Because you're going to be like this the whole time. And I don't think I can handle it. Yeah, I know what she wants. She wants to go for a WALK. And I guess I don't have to spell now that I just let her out. But I got in the habit of starting to spell it because, you know, she knows the word when I say walk. All right, let's continue. See how I get distracted here? All right, let me take a sip of water here. Okay, so the gold fringe flag makes it a military court. That's what he's saying. Well, I see what he's saying, that there is that gold fringe flag in the courtroom. Maybe they have them at the bank. Maybe they have them at the college. Maybe they're in the veterans place. It's kind of a sign that says, you know, we got something going on with the military. There might be some type of a war power thing, emergency war power thing going on. Not sure if that flag makes it a military court or just gives kind of a symbol that, hey, there is something going on here, like color of law, you know? I've heard of it. I've heard of the courts, at least Article 1 and 2 courts being tribunal, military tribunal, an administrative court. They're administering a trust or an estate, which is your all caps name, which is the United States person. All right, let me move on. The war allows the victors, bankers, and government agents working for the bankers to plunder the enemy. Like your name. Now, do you understand why they want to get all the guns? Yeah. They want to disarm the enemy. You no longer have a right to own a gun under the Constitution because I guess you're the enemy, or at least the name is the enemy. They're trying to, you know, turn us into the name. That's the issue. There's two things there, though. I see that. Don't know if this guy sees that. They turned the right to own a gun into a privilege that they control by license. Okay, I see that. They fear that the enemy or perceived enemy might communicate and realize that war has been declared on them, and the war allows the bankers to create money to plunder the enemy. The secret weapon is the money creation in a silent war to plunder the enemy, you. They want to go to a national ID card so that they have total control over you. The ID card allows them to track you 24 hours a day by satellite. You cannot buy or sell without the ID. So they can control you, delete your ID card, and you cannot buy food to eat. Get the idea of the terrorist talk. Using the terrorist police powers, the government has already abused the power against that people they do not like. They say if you have nothing to hide, then you do not care if we use the ID. It is all about power and control. Do you trust them after they did what they did with the banking? Do you trust anyone who wages war against you to plunder you? The propaganda media is there to talk you into willingly going along with their agenda. They cannot fight 120 million voters who say no. Well, if they can change the mind of the people, then they can get them to go along with it. I don't really know if our votes actually count. My grandfather said no, that they don't. It's the Electoral College. Nevertheless, if you were a congressman or judge and getting all that money from the bankers to get elected in personal investment money, why would you change the system unless the voters all wake up and say enough is enough? The key to winning in court is helping us inform every American voter and using the vote to correct the problem and end the war. Exposing the problem forces the problem to be corrected. Interesting. Interesting. So in court, you cannot use the Constitution. I've heard that. Or say they lent you credit so you do not have to repay the money. The banker and judge will try and get you to agree that you have a signature on the agreement, that the bank lent money to you, and therefore you must repay the money. If the judge says that is your signature, some people say it looks like a masterful forgery. I do not understand what this document is. Can you stipulate if this promissory note acts like money or money equivalent used to give value to a bank check? Hang on. I gotta open the door for my dog. You want to come back in now? You want to come back in? Okay. I know. That's a good girl. She went out. She heard the other dogs out there. And she wanted to come back in. I get that. Okay, I'm glad that you're back in. But let me finish reading this. Can you stipulate all of the material facts about the promissory note or what the agreement is? So I know what is that my alleged signature is validating to the agreement. What? You want me to hold you? You want me to hold you like a baby? Hmm? You're not feeling good? What is it? You want me to hold you? What is it? You want me to hold you? Hmm? Come here. You want me to hold you? You want me to hold you? Or are you gonna lay down? She doesn't like to be held. That's okay. But she's definitely doing the Scooby-Doo noise on me. All right, so back to this. Okay, so can you stipulate all of the material facts about the promissory note or what the agreement is so I know what it is that my alleged signature is validating as to the agreement? I do not understand in the agreement if I provide the capital or if the banker does to fund the check. Oh, I cannot testify as something is my signature if I do not know what is agreed to in the alleged document. Well, that's kind of silly to me. I mean, come on. I understand if we don't get full disclosure, then it's difficult for us to have the capacity to even know what kind of agreement we got into. But when we sign something, obviously, we want to use it, right? So let me go on. When the judge demands that you say yes or no, some people will say they will answer when you explain what the agreement is. Pfft. How can you testify to something that you do not understand and they refuse to explain? Some respond saying, it looks like a forged document to me with concealed materials. If you agree that it is your signature, you lost the court case. Your signature means you agree that the bank lent you their money and that you owe them your money. The judge may demand that you say that the bank lent you money that resulted in your purchase of a house or car. But if you agree that the bank lent their money to purchase your promissory note, then you are testifying that the bank violated the law, generally accepted accounting principles. Per generally accepted accounting principles, which they call GAAP, and Federal Reserve publications, 2 loans were exchanged. You lent the promissory note to the bank that funded the loan back to you. The loan from you to the bank is the deposit of the promissory note. So GAAP, the generally accepted accounting principles, requires that the bank match a new bank liability with your name on it, showing that the bank owes you for the deposit they accepted from you, just like they do when you deposit cash into your checking account. The banker knows as well as the judge that when you deposit cash into your checking account, you lent the bank your money. Oh. If you withdraw your money, the bank lent you nothing. That's true. The form contract says that the bank lent you money, but the substance, bookkeeping entries, say that the bank accepted your promissory note as new money, as a deposit, just like depositing cash into your checking account. Your signature cannot testify that the bank lent you the bank's money to purchase your promissory note, but the bookkeeping entries prove that they lent no money to purchase your promissory note. If you lent the bank, let me scooch over here, money as a deposit, the bank accepted money from you. The bank never gave up 1 cent of the bank's money. The bank accepted money from you and deposited it, which is the opposite of lending you money. That's true. If you lent the bank money and they returned the same value back to you, 2 loans were exchanged or they stole your money. The bank charter requires the bank to follow the law, GAAP, which is generally accepted accounting principles. You can presume the bank must follow the law, or the contract is an illegal contract. The contract said interest, which is defined as the charge for the use of borrowed money. We can presume that the party who funded the loan is to be repaid the money. The bank claims that the form says that the bank funded the loan and should be repaid the money, but the bookkeeping entries prove the opposite. Did the agreement say that the bank was to steal the promissory note, alter it to become money, and then return the stolen money as a loan? Or did the bank use their money to purchase the promissory note from you without the economics similar to stealing and counterfeiting and swindling? The bankers hate it if you claim that the note was stolen and forged. Well, for sure. You have to have a damage in court to win. If it is stolen, you can claim a damage. Oh. If the bank violated GAAP, then the CPA audit is a fraud, and the bank management and CPA will go to jail, and the SEC can go after them, so they cannot say that they did not follow GAAP. If they follow GAAP, we know what the bookkeeping entries are, and they did the opposite to what you understood the agreement was to be. You only care about the agreement. You only care about GAAP. You only want them to explain the details of the agreement they wrote. You want the original promissory note back to see the stamps, to see if you are paying the proper party endorsed on it. So we can look at UCC 3-302, adequate assurance of due performance. UCC 2-609 is for the sale or purchase. If you demand adequate assurance of due performance, the other party must give assurance in 30 days, or the deal is off for purchases. The bank will try and demand that this does not apply to them. If they do this, they admit that the original alleged lender never purchased the note from you. Let us presume that they purchased your note using GAAP, which is the generally accepted accounting principle, and did not steal it. It is not a gift to the bank without your knowledge. That's true. The UCC says that no title passes with theft. Oh, ho, ho, ho. This is where people use this response to suggest that the bank knew that the note was stolen, with no consideration given to purchase it from you. No consideration was given as required by the UCC. This has scared bank attorneys telling their bank client not to respond. Oh, this is why you get the quiet acquiescence. The banker's own secret inside manual explained fraud in the factum, UCC 3-305. These we can look up. You can look them up too. Write them down or take a snapshot here. This means that the party who did not write the agreement had no reasonable opportunity to obtain the knowledge of the terms. This is why we write the bank notices requesting information on the terms. They refused to tell us who was to fund the loan, the bank or the borrower. Did the bank follow GAAP? All major banks have an annual stock report that a stockbroker can get for you, showing the CPA audit opinion, stating that the management and CPA agree that GAAP was followed. Was it the intent of the agreement that the party who funded the loan is to be repaid the money? Do you see how the bank must conceal the truth? Let's go over that little sentence again. Was it the intent of the agreement that the party who funded the loan is to be repaid the money? Oh, yeah. Imagine the bank advertised saying, "Let us steal your money and return it to you as a loan." Who would agree to this? They must make you believe that they lent you other depositors' money, making you feel that you have an ethical duty to repay the loan. Read UCC 3-302 to 3-308. Holder in due course. Real defenses are fraud in the factum. material alteration and stolen notes. C, personal defenses are want of consideration and fraud in the inducement. They may have changed the holder in due course, part of the UCC, so be advised. The stolen, forged concealment part of the UCC should remain the same. They exchange one kind of money, promissory note, that was deposited for another kind of money called a check. The check acts like money per the UCC. The banker will say it is an exchange of which you must pay back 100% of the money exchanged plus interest. The banker will say that they do not, where are we? The banker will say that they do not have to pay 1 cent of their money lent to you to buy your promissory note. I ask, what does the agreement say that they wrote? What's the matter, baby? Why would the voters allow the exchange of money for money, and then you have to repay the money plus interest? Ignorance is the answer. If voters knew the truth and understood how the bankers got nearly all of the money and wealth for free and control the lawmakers, judges, police, and media, we would change the banking system to follow Presidents John F. Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, and James Garfield. The banker has problems answering the admissions that we have. They cannot explain the agreement. The bank attorney will say, interesting theory, this is the way it works. They cannot explain if they followed. Let me go to page 26. Let's see if this is going to go here. Oh, hey, there we go. Did I do it? Did I do it? What happened? Wait. That's weird. Oh, how's this go? I don't know. What's the matter, baby? Okay, 26, now 27. What is it? Here we go. Okay, now we're doing 27. Here we go. What? You need me to hold you? What's the matter? You want to go for a walk or something? Hmm? All right. I guess we're going to have to put this on pause because Karma's winning with her whining. It's working. It's working on me. It's working. That's how she does it. Uh-huh. It's easy. I'm a pushover. What can I say? Now, if I could know how to pause this, then that could work. Hmm. I don't know how to do it. You know, I feel, oh, there we go. You were screen sharing. Okay, let me pause it. Hang on a second. I'm on 27. I'll get back to that, but I gotta stop. All right, so I just needed to cuddle for a second because, you know, she was whining and I am her mommy, you know. I gotta take care of her. She takes care of me. Okay, so we're up here. So entries and that the borrower funded the loan to the same borrower. If the borrower provided the money, why are we paying back the principal and interest to a party who refused to loan the money that they advertised that they would loan and then refused to give the consideration promised? If I lent you my money, oh, you mad at me? You're just not gonna let me read, are you? Should I hold you? Why get mad at me? Hmm? Yo. Do you need me to take you outside? Is that what it is? This is Karma. Isn't she cute? She's a cutie. Look at this. She's so cute. Did you need to go outside? Is that what you need to do, Karma? You want me to let you go outside? Because I can. I can let you go out there. I know you want me to go with you. I get that. I was reading this boring stuff over here. Yo. Okay. She's gonna yell at me. I just know it. All right. So if I lent you my money, you should repay the loan. If I stole your money and returned the value of the stolen property to you as a loan, did I conceal the theft and did I perform as promised? This stolen action changes the cost and risk of the alleged loan. Lack of consideration is a personal defense. Oh, I'm just saying right here. Yeah. How rude. No title passes in a theft per UCC. Federal banking law GAAP was violated. Use a CPA expert witness to confirm GAAP. They cannot put up an expert CPA witness and answer our 600 questions, then place in the admissions admit or deny, which they are not likely to answer, which might allow you to go to summary judgment. You had better really know law and courtroom procedures, or you can expect to lose unless they do not answer the lawsuit. Even if they do not answer the suit, will the judge sign off and allow you to win? Sounds easy, but it is work. Do not expect the bank to let you off the hook that easily. Do not stop making payments or they will foreclose. Some people send a new promissory note in the amount of the original note, payable in the same species of money or credit that the bank used to fund the loan per GAAP, thus ending all interest and liens. Then they write loan payment checks payable to the new note. If the bank accepts the checks, then you can have fun. If they do not, you might claim breach of agreement. You tried to learn the facts of the agreement and they refuse to explain. We write notices to learn what is the real agreement. That's why we're writing notices. When they refuse to tell us, we look at it as a breach of agreement, concealment. People try and stay away from the word fraud. Oh, people should have a comma right there. Try and stay away from the word fraud. If you say fraud, you have a greater burden of proof. You should instead say breach of agreement. They stole the note and you want it returned or for them to fund the loan. Boom. When the stolen property funded the loan, that is a breach of agreement. When the stolen property, oh, you know what they're talking about, that stolen property? That's that application. When your application funded the loan, not the bank. They were like the intermediaries. And they set up a special purpose vehicle, which is our account with our name on it, which is kind of like a franchise. So you need to show that the bank never performed and never was out when this right here. Oh, wow. That's what the notice is all about. So we're going to have to do a little email. You need to show that the bank never performed and never was out 1 cent. And that the stolen property, the note or the application funded the alleged loan. That was a breach of agreement. Whoa. Let them tell you that the agreement allows them to steal and create new money. Fraud in the factum. You never agreed that your signature and promissory note was money to be stolen and returned as a loan. That right there, I'm just saying. You know what I'm going to have to do? Shift Command 4. I'm going to have to grab that because I'm just saying right here, that's the one that we need to write in our email or your notice. So remember, we are defining stolen, as the banker getting the promissory note without spending 1 cent, to purchase it and violating GAAP, the matching principle. That's wild. I'm just going to have to just, just copy that. Okay. The banker argues this is how it is done. You signed the agreement, you got the money. We ask, was the agreement altered after it was signed? Was it forged? We ask, did the borrower provide the capital for the loan to the same borrower per GAAP standard bookkeeping entries? Did you follow GAAP as required by law and the CPA audit opinion? Is it the intent of the agreement that the one who funded the loan per GAAP is to be repaid the money? Oh, that would be us right there. Were material facts concealed? Mr. Banker, do you understand this agreement? And who was to provide the money or funding for the loan? They cannot explain the agreement that they wrote and that they are trying to enforce. Please read and study Tom's 2 banking books for further training. Bankers have told Tom that the American people are too stupid to understand the bank loan agreement and bookkeeping entries, and no one can explain it in court to a jury. Tom agrees. You need a jury, and Tom says that a jury can understand it. Why do we keep talking about GAAP, which is GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles? It is the law. If they claim that GAAP was not followed, they violated the law and the CPA audit opinion. If they followed GAAP, they cannot claim that they do not know what the bookkeeping entries are. The bookkeeping entries prove who lent what to whom. 2 loans were exchanged, and we believe that all borrowers should repay all loans, giving each party equal protection. We believe that all the facts should be disclosed in the loan and not concealed. Material facts as to who provided the money to fund the alleged loan. That's good. I'm going to Shift Command 4, and I'm going to copy that down right there because that's the point. That's the point right there. Because I think I must have done it like 7 times already, send an email to the what is it called? Office of the President, the bank, right? And then they, they sent us letters going, hey, you know what? We've already gone over this. See this paperwork? See your signature right there? Do you see that? This is a legitimate loan. You were supposed to pay it back because you signed it. But the point is you're asking who funded the loan? Where did the loan come from? It was because of that signature that made the new money. That's the point. They didn't give us the money, although they might have wrote a check. It was a bank entry based on the fact that we walked in there, signed to apply. They went to the Federal Reserve window and made the money. So there was 2 different things. There was the promissory note or the application, and then there was the check. But in between there, I believe they had to have had all that long legalese we're going to pay you back with interest, again, 30 years, blah, blah, blah. They had you do that. But we're talking about the very first thing, the GAAP, the generally accepted accounting principles. Where did the money come from? Because it's not from their deal. No, they made it up. They puff the magic dragon, they put it on paper, and boom, that's the issue right there. So let's see. The fact is, bankers have been telling people that other depositors funded the loans and you must repay the loans so that the other depositors who funded the loans can be repaid the money. If this is true, then all loans should be canceled because the borrower funded the loan to the same borrower per GAAP and per the Federal Reserve Bank publications. Shift Command 4. Right here, baby. Boop. I'm taking these little soundbite things here. These little, cut and paste things because I'm going to be rewriting another email. And that's the point I'm going to make. It's got nothing to do with my signature and that paper. And they said, blah, blah, blah. And look, you paid all this money. It's got to do with where did the money come from? Did you follow GAAP or did you not follow GAAP? Then that's the problem right there. All right, so remember, there is no guarantee of a court win. What worked last month is not a guarantee it will work today. If a friend won, it doesn't guarantee that you will win. It costs time and money to go to court. The bankers have the time, the money, and the attorneys. The judge might be afraid to rule in your favor, of course. The judge is not your friend. Tom believes that you should stay out of court and help us get the voters to join us. The voters are the sure way to fix the problem. I wonder when this was made. This is old, isn't it? This is key to winning. The best court strategy to stop the bank summary judgment against you is the CPA report copyrighted by Tom Schaaf and suing the bank using Tom's court admissions. You need the CPA report regardless of whether you are sued or you sue the bank. Look at court procedures. The bank cannot sue without personal knowledge, and a copy of the note might not give legal knowledge. See the following court cases: Monmouth County Social Serve versus PAQ 317, New Jersey, Super 187, 193, 194, App, Div 1998. See also United States Bankruptcy Court, New Jersey, Investors and Lenders, Debtors, June 30th, 1993, bankruptcy number 92-30754. Supreme Court of Hawaii, Pacific Concrete Federal Credit Union, Plaintiff Appellee versus Andrew J.S. Canoe. No. Defendant Appellant number 6362, July 17, 1980, tells us that the bank must give us, the bookkeeping entries with an affidavit, or the bank's evidence is hearsay evidence. Whoa. Wow. One cannot enter hearsay evidence into the court. Tom says with this and a CPA report talking about GAAP, the bank has a serious problem. Shift Command 4. So we're going to grab that little piece right there. And then save it. Okay, so now it is best to not be behind in debt payments if you sue. This way, they cannot foreclose and you can win. It is important to use a CPA expert witness using Tom's copyrighted CPA report. If you got 100 emails out and they emailed their friends and more, and let me see, 29, we're going to go to page 30, scooch over. Here we go. Oh, yes. This one. Oh, somebody, yeah. I like that there's some underline. More people to put up on our website and distribute the books. We could quickly win the nation before it's too late. If everyone stopped and went to court, we could lose the nation and government we love. Oh, whoops. Hang on a second. Hi, hang on a second. Be right there. Just a second. Okay. Hold on just a second. Okay, thank you. Okay. It's killing me here. Ah, hang on a second. Ugh. Hang on just a quick second here. Oh. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Hang on a second. Let me call you right back. I'm sorry. This sucks, man. I hate it when this, and I can't find this thing down here. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Okay. That was difficult. I couldn't find it. And now, oh, let's see if we can find what I had to I was deleting everything. It was terrible. Ah. Okay. This is a problem. I get distracted. What can I say? I got to go to work today. I only had like a few minutes to be able to read some of this stuff, and then I think I need to just stop for now. And when I get this back up again, then I'll read more. But I try to read as much as I possibly can without all the distractions, but it happens. Probably better if I just do it like in the middle of the night when no one's, calling. But I have to support myself still. Anyways, please like and subscribe. If you can comment below, that would be great. Anything that is, if you want to get in the study group, you got to find me on Facebook or on Telegram. Right now, unfortunately, I have one more day that I can't get on Facebook. I don't know what happened. It's weird. They have all these weird things nowadays, where they're just like censoring you. You can't say something in a chat now or something. I don't know. Anyways, I do have a new Cash App, Haya Shalom. And that's because Mansa had me get that. So now that I have it, you can also donate to me as well. And I hope that I'll be able to continue with the series here on that Banker's Private Manual. But if you want to get in the group, it's available for you to read it yourself. I just figured I got to read it, might as well record it. But yeah, I'm having a lot of distractions. My dog wants to be walked. I got to go to work. I got clients. And I got to fix myself up before I go there, Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this. But that was the Private Banker's Manual that we have in Reconnaissance Study Group files. And that was on chapter 2. So I'll let you go.